everyone. Welcome to the Spa Day for the Soul. I'm Catherine, and this is my friend Ronald. Hi, Ronald. How are you today?
Fabulous, Catherine.
Like always. Actually, Ronald and I have our Skype chats, and I realized that every time I speak with him after that, I feel like I had a spa day. So I usually used to say that to him, and he agreed it is the same from the other side. So we actually decided to share that positive energy with you and to invite you to join us in these days, spa days for the soul, where we will speak about different kind of topics. So today, actually, we're going to speak about. Are you okay?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So they can see this is a real thing. It's not like set up, right? This was
Absolutely.
this was a
Real people.
Okay. This was like so you can see I just commented like Ronald has the light behind him, so actually he really looks like an angel. And I always say that he's my guardian angel because he's always here to guide me and to protect me from the first day I started the Live From Your Heart and Mind. And I can say how much I'm grateful to you for that. Thank you.
Oh, you're perfectly welcome. LHM is awesome. It's you create a wonderful group of people, and you have an incredible purpose with LHM, and it's becoming really something beautiful.
Well, I'm happy you are with me from the day one, actually, and your light is always welcome, and you just really spread that positive energy, and this is why we are doing this now, right?
Absolutely.
So we chat a little bit about what we are going to talk today, and Ronald suggested that we should talk about the power of the letting go, a power of choice. So what you had in mind when you told me that, actually?
Well, because I just thought it's something that comes to the mind easily as a main staple for our life. Staples such as our love and having gratitude every day and making choices and walking our path. All these main things are they're vehicles for how we do that and how we make our life as happy as we want it.
So actually, we are those who have the power to create our life. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. That we create our life every excuse me real live
Yeah,
people.
it's live.
We create our life. And many people may not think of it, but we create our life every moment. We make choices every moment. We make choices all the time, and these choices are what determine how our life goes. It determines whether we have a happy day or a sad day, whether we get mulled down or bogged down in something that makes that quells our energy and doesn't allow us to shine like we're meant to.
Yeah.
So these things, the choice is really it's more. The reason why I thought of this topic is because a path towards making our life happy is understanding our choices at as many junctures in the day or in our life as possible. When we understand how we're making these choices and what kind of choices make our life unhappy and what kind of choices make our life happy, then we can architect our path to happiness.
Yeah.
Nothing is absolute. Life is yin and yang.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You're going to
I,
have,
I actually couldn't agree more. Um, we made choices every day. Even if we buy to the store to go to the store to buy milk or something, we choose which kind of milk we will buy. So from those little things in life, if we pay attention, actually we are responsible for a lot of things that is happening to us. We choose the job that we are going to do. We choose the partner that we are going to be with. What we don't choose actually is our family, but I kind of believe they are chosen for us to make us teach us the most important lessons in life. But
well,
everything else, it's a choice. And actually, when we come on an obstacle, a lot of people just stop and froze. I saw people do that, but I believe they should know. We should know that obstacles are exactly there to lead us to find a way around or to jump over the obstacle or downsize. So what you're saying, and I agree completely, is actually the choice is extreme power that we have, uh,
absolutely.
like the power of love, right?
Well, our love is the source of our energy, the source of our being, our aura, our um, and the choice is essentially a vehicle for us to affect our energy and our aura. It can do so as we perceive and have the intention to do. Intention is very important in life as well.
Yeah, and those are two of the main forces, the positive forces that can encourage us to create our lives. I'm actually creating my life. You know, I realized that, and I didn't show you. Look, so
Big
it's
dream
yeah,
and dream big.
like yeah, you can do whatever you wish in your life. It's just important that you set up the goal, and to try to reach what you wish to reach. Some people, they're just happy, having everyday's life, going to work, coming back to family, spending days like in regular way. Other people, they're not just happy about that, they find happiness in some other stuff. But uh, what I truly believe is that our inner self is strong enough to show us the right way to live. So if I say to you that actually my daily job is being a programmer, and I know yours is similar too, uh, I'm not so happy about that. I was doing that 10 years, but I realized it's not something that I so much enjoy. So right now, with you here, I'm actually creating my life because I like to give, I like to share, I like to spread love all around. And I want people to come and to receive that love and to share it with us too. This is the point of our day. And this is my choice. This was the choice that I made one day, and I asked you, Ronald, would you like to join me in this journey? You remember?
Yes, I do. It was a bit of an epiphany type of moment where you asked me, and I felt some your energy just as you had felt mine, and um, I felt just went with the feelings. Our heart feelings were similar in what we were trying to do, and I think at that moment our souls met and connected, and we just had the same purpose of and I think that first time we immediately generated a chemistry uh, of what we were intending to do in life, in the world, that our drive was very similar. And I think that's when uh, when God sent you in the direction
Yeah.
to where you would run across me, that that was not coincidence, and it was more providence, and it allowed us to start our journey together.
And
Um,
we actually had no idea um, how that will develop. And so many love and so many people and so many positive reflections on this journey we started 2 years ago. And now, for the first time, we are sitting here in front of the cameras and we are sharing that in this way, like in person, like we really chat on Skype, like we share our thoughts. You know, you're like a part of my family, and I'm sure I'm like a part of yours. So it feels good, and that is what I want to give to people. I want them to feel good when they listen to us, and that's why I wanted us to start this series, and this is the first actually we are making. We are not so good in this. We don't know how we were going to do that, and we actually don't care because our hearts are here and we choose to do that. So that was our power of choice, and we will see how that will go. But you mentioned to me like not only choice but letting go of some negative people and negative influences is also important, like actually the choice we made. What you have to say about that?
um, well, that's an aspect of making choice that has a big impact on your life. Is or making a choice to be happy. You can't start the day with gratitude and be happy. That's a choice. Um, Things that are clinging to us that are not good for our energy, that are not good for our path, um, those are painful things that we need to process, acknowledge, and let go of, so that we can filter out the negative in our life and fill our life with more positive.
Yeah.
So letting go is part of that process of pushing out the negative and allowing in the positive, and
Yeah,
that makes a difference between
that
happy
can
and
be
not.
difficult at the time, right? If I don't know, if we believe that we love that person, and you know, even if it is ego self love, even if we are just, you know, in love and not unconditionally connected with that someone, letting go can be a very hard process. Do you have some tips about that? How we can let go more easily, even if we know we feel one thing and we know that's not good for us? What shall we do?
Well, it's really, and this probably shoots off onto a topic we can cover in another show,
Mm-hmm.
um, is acceptance.
Mm-hmm.
Acceptance is a big part of living life on life's terms,
Mm-hmm.
not by our perception, but how they are actually happening.
Mm-hmm.
Not how we can perceive that things should be,
Mm-hmm.
but how they actually are. Expectations are really the source of despair and sadness. When we expect certain things of other people, they may or may not be able to give those things. It includes love, it includes trust, it includes honesty. We're not necessarily always a loyalty. We're not always going to get those things,
Yeah.
uh, because that person is not prepared to give those things. Um, Sometimes, they may be willing and able to give that, but not consistently. And uh, so, to expect that all the time out of somebody that's not prepared to give those things on a regular basis is setting up for a painful unpleasant feelings and thoughts,
Yeah, and
and that
actually that kind of relationships or connections or something like that, actually, even those are, we believe it's not we choose who we love, but I believe we choose who we love. We actually give the permission to our heart to stay connected with someone because we need to learn that lesson. And no matter how that sounds, like, you know, we speak now about that like it's easy. Some people are just overwhelmed with their emotions, so actually it's kind of rough for them. But what I came to understand is that emotions are the processed feelings in our thoughts, so in our mind. So actually clear feelings are from inside, and that's love, and all positive aspects of love. And emotions are actually what came out of processing that love in our mind. So if we have a negative mindset, and if we have a negative point of view on life, then our emotions will be bad. It will be wrong, and it will give us painful experiences. And actually, what we have to do is to clear up our mind and to use gratitude, as you said, to set up the healthy environment in our mind. And in that moment, we can choose correctly. Because the choice, if it is affected with a bad mind, it's not going to be good. So,
that speaks to another topic again that we'll be able to cover in another episode, and that is oh shoot, I lost it. I lost my train of thought.
Okay, now I see like an eagle comes flying this way. Woo! So, well, when we start to speak like this, we come up to a lot of topics that we will actually do in the other episodes. As I said, we go live here now. We don't have a script. We don't do this like setup, and it's usual for that we just jump from one side to another. So actually, everyone can find something for themselves. And
perception was the word.
Yeah,
that was the topic.
That's the point, because if we have a wrong mindset, if we have a negative mindset, we will process every single feeling like wrong emotion. Because usually people who came out from unfunctional families have problem with self-confidence. We have problem, I can say that because I'm one of them, with percepting the reality like a positive one. We need to work on that. So actually the choice is perfect power if it is used by a clean mind. But I'm afraid the choice can be very opposite weapon if it is used by bad mind,
that is the difference between good choices and bad choices.
Exactly. So it's not so clear, everything, like you said, it's yin and yang, it's black and white.
Choice has no alignment, but the alignment we make. So I guess that it goes back to a proverb I've discussed with you once before, where Indian chief is having a conversation with his son, and he's like, "Father," he's like, "we have a good wolf in us and a bad wolf in us. Like, Father, which wolf will win? The good wolf or the bad wolf?" And the father says, "The one that wins will be the one we feed the most."
Yeah.
So the choices are the food for our wolves, and we need to make more choices that feed the good wolf in us than the choices that feed the bad wolf.
Exactly what I wanted to say. So actually, we said here that we have the power of choice, but we have to work on our mind first and to create a positive mindset. We can do that with meditation, with yoga, with breathing exercises. We can have a spa day like we are having now, or a real spa day, I don't know, massage and jacuzzi and so on. But for me, this is a perfect because when I speak with you, that's it. That is clearing the mindset. That is actually what I wish to give to everyone who comes to see our series. So we can set up the positive mindset, and then in that clean environment, we can choose what is good for us. And then the goodness will spread around, because when we choose what is good, we will feel good. And when we feel good, we will feel satisfaction, and satisfaction actually will lead us to be in peace and happiness. And if someone is after success, then success too. So this is like a major point we are setting here. We have the power to choose, but choose wisely, because actually that can affect your life in a very strong way. So I'm not fan of the thing, just uh, pray and everything will be given to you. I don't say I don't believe. I believe, but without action and without choices and without our active participation in life, it's just it's just utopia. In that way, you feel powerless. In that way, you feel like someone who is here, who doesn't know what he's doing, who has no perception of life, who has not goal in life, i'm I'm more like on the side that I have the right to choose, and I have the power to choose that. And that is the result of my choice. Everything else, like positive energy and the law of attraction and prayers, are accumulation of positive energy that clears my mindset and leads me toward the good choices. So my perception is a little different than I used to see around, but that is based on my experiences. Nothing comes from the sky. You can just lay down and wait for a big chicken to come up from the sky. You have to go prepare it and then eat it. So the choice can be very powerful, because if in one moment you are choosing between two jobs, for example, on which way you will go, it can really affect your real life. If you have, in one moment in life, I actually had the choice of to staying on the college and became a professor, or to go into industry and be a programmer. So I thought, okay, I'm going into industry. I will learn this and I will learn that, and I will try this and try that. And being a professor is so boring and so on. This moment, I think, well, it could be a better choice. So what do you think, how we can know in that moment, actually, if there are two roads, which one we should take?
Well, a lot of what is applies to that really is as we get more and more in tune with walking our true path and being in touch with our inner essence, we need to trust our intuition. Trust that intuition, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Maybe we're meant to go in a way that might be partly a mistake for us to learn a lesson, and for us to truly know what our path is. There's what comes to mind to me is one of movies that I like a lot is The Matrix. And in The Matrix, the character Morpheus says to Neo, and he says, sometimes in order to walk, there's a difference between knowing the path and walking the path. And just because you can't perceive something yet, well, for the time that you can't perceive something, you can't do it. It starts with belief. It starts with trusting your inner self. When you believe you can walk the path, then you can, and there's nothing that can stop you. But that's pretty much
that's exactly
much,
what I was saying to people when I discovered that connection few years ago, a long time ago actually. I was very sick. I had a Coxsackie virus, you know about that, and doctors actually told me I will live just year and a half. So I didn't have a choice. I needed to find alternative way to get that virus out of my body, and to start to just get my life back. And when you are in that situation, you just give up, or you start to try to find solutions which they don't give to you. So I was like a scientific person. I went to scientific center. I was in mathematical department, like a geek one, and not spiritual at all. My mom was always a very spiritual person, and she made me, I say made me because I didn't want to. She made me go to one monastery where people say they live miracles because they get well after being there. So I was like, I don't have what to lose. Okay, I don't believe in this, but let's try. They anyway told me I will not survive, and this was in 2008. I couldn't walk. I had the difficulties with my heart. They took me. My husband was taking me on his hands over the steps to that monastery, and I spent 3 days or 5 days. I don't remember there. Let's say week. I really don't remember. It was a long time ago. And I was with monks there. I eated food which they prepared. I used their water, their oil, which was so-called scent water and scent oil. And I came back, and what happened is that all my results were fine. So doctors were like, and I was like,
we have no answer for this.
So that was the moment when I started to believe that there is a greater power, and that we can really change our life if we change the perspective of life. Because they taught me there what is really important, and that is peace inside of us and connection with our heart. And I started to live that way. I started to live from my heart. I started to give. I started to love. I became a completely different person. And that was the moment when Live From Your Heart and Mind was born. In 2008, I started to write. It was a long time ago. I started to write like a blog. Later that became a book. So the power of intuition is from my experiences, very strong, because I knew I will get over that illness. I knew my end is not there, and I didn't accept that. So I chose to go and to try other things. And here I am now with you, talking to people how everything is possible. We can change our lives.
Intuition is nothing less than Spirit's message to us.
Absolutely. And that's what happened. Wow, this was incredible talk. And I believe everyone will enjoy this. This was our first attempt. And I'm extremely happy you joined me here. And we will continue to do this. We will share everything we know. We will share our positive energy with people, and I hope they will join us on this journey. in the future. So thank you everyone who were here now with us. If you don't catch this now, you will on our YouTube channel or on our Facebook. I'm extremely happy we started this, and I'm calling you to come and join us and to enjoy this journey together. Thank you, Ronald. We will do this a lot more times.
Thank you, Catherine, and thank you everyone, everyone who is with us and watches this either now or in the future. It's all for helping each other, so that's what we're here to do. We're here to share our energy with each other and with all of you, and allow you to share your energy too, and let our energies shape our future.
Wow, I will write this down. You're going on the poster.
Ciao.